There was baby spruce on the forest. The forest where baby spruce lived was too cold. Because the forest where baby spruce lives is in such a high mountain, winter comes there early. It's too cold. When baby spruce says so, elderly creeping pine says, "Lie down flat, just like me. I don't want to stoop like you. Ha ha. Then sing a song. I saw you singing in a sweet voice yesterday." Then baby spruce said, "No one listens to my song, so I don't want to sing." "Then I'll listen to your song." However, baby spruce grumbles, "All people surely can listen with to a my flock song of sheep in the lawn of a sheep farm." "Where? You mean the farm newly made last fall?" "Yes, I like that kind of green grass." Elderly creeping pine looks down the hill under the mountain. While dusting the snow from his head, elderly creeping pine with dull eyes sticks out his short neck and looks at the triangle roofed house. And elderly creeping pine says to baby spruce again, "Then, what would you do? You can't go to the place where the flock of sheep lives because you don't have either feet or wings. Moreover, you can't move. Ground is frozen hard now. Then how about pushing me down the mountain with all your strength?" Baby spruce, "I wish I would help you, but I'm sorry. I'm too old to push you." Elderly creeping pine feels really sorry for not doing what baby spruce has said, "But if there's a purpose in your mind, one day it'll be achieved." "A goal?" "Yes, a goal. But the purpose has to be sincere and be rightly used." "How can it be sincere and be rightly used?" "In spite of any difficulties, you must not give up, endure and do your best until achieving your purpose." Is it hard? In a way, it is a hard thing. But it is easy for someone who doesn't give up, endure. Thanks, elderly creeping pine. I'll be sure to go to the sheep farm without giving up, with patience and effort, just like what you said to me. Also renlizo why habo to go and live there. Well, can you tell me what your purpose is? One want to give hopo to a pretty girl who lives in though triangle roofed house. How come? Every morning, listen piano melody that though girl playing. But, when I listen though melody, I feel sad. Lately the wind wafted the sound of communication between the girl and her father to my ears. The girl was famous figure skater. But she fell down by triple axel on France championship. It made her to have difficult to stand up. I'm sorry to hear that. I heard she's just 14 years old. She could have been a nice figure skater. How sorrowful I am. Tears flow down on elderly creeping pine's cheeks. Tears flow down on baby spruce's cheeks, too. That's why you want to be her friend who cheers her up and makes her get another hope. That's right, sir. Baby spruce, you thought of a nice purpose. Baby spruce makes himself a promise. Winter passed and spring came again in the forest. But no one brought baby spruce to the sheep farm. One day, elderly creeping pine, who had lived in the forest, died from a disease. Baby spruce was too sad to eat anything and just blubbered for several days. His eyes were swollen and he was hungry. But what was harder for him was the forest without elderly creeping pine, his mentor. The daily life in the forest was scary and lonely for baby spruce. First of all, the fox bullied baby spruce. Gamon be the word that the fox made and used to tease baby spruce. "Too bad. Look at you. You don't even brush your hair. What's wrong with my appearance? Look into a mirror. You don't know yourself. I didn't say anything when you were with elderly creeping pine. But you have a dark brown face and rough skin and don't have any nice fur like me. Moreover, you don't take a bath and are so lazy that you don't brush your hair. How unkempt your hair is." After the fox disappeared, baby spruce thought he had the worst skin and hair in the world. He were deeply saddened. As evening fell, the forest became cold again. The storm blowing from the east under the mountain was scary. Baby spruce was extremely painful, like he had his skin torn from his body. Nevertheless, baby spruce struggles to withstand the storm, to fulfill his promise to elderly creeping pine. The storm passes by, then chilly clouds roll in and throw snow on the forest where baby spruce lives. They threw so much snow that baby spruce could hardly breathe. Baby spruce applies a strain to his roots and shakes his body with all his strength. Then the snow, which had covered up to his neck, splatters on the ground. Phew! Only then does he give a deep sigh of relief. At night the forest becomes dark. Baby spruce sings a song to get out of fear. La 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 la. After he sang several songs, his fear has disappeared. The tunes that baby spruce sang are what the girl, who had moved into the sheep farm, played before. The girl looks sick. When she sometimes opens the door, comes out and plays with a flock of sheep, she's in a wheelchair. But she hasn't come out since winter. Also, baby spruce begins to fall into a deep sleep when winter comes. Baby spruce begins to dream. In a dream, baby spruce becomes a nice boy and meets the girl in the sheep farm. Then he plays a nice piece of piano music for her. Baby spruce's favorite piece of music is Spring of the Four Seasons. Baby spruce, awakening from his dream, thinks that he wants to be a tree that can play a nice melody, like a piano for the poor girl who has been in a wheelchair. As winter passed that way, baby spruce got taller and bigger like a robust young man. Then one day, the girl's father, leading his flock of sheep, came with a stranger into the forest where baby spruce lived. What a fine spruce! I've never expected it. Baby spruce was surprised at the unfamiliar voice that he heard in the middle of his deep sleep. Am I a fine tree? It's an excellent piano tree for the little lady. It's so lucky. It's an excellent tree that is difficult to find in Austria where I live. Good business, especially, unlike the top, the village under the mountain, where there is a sheep farm, has an appropriate climate to dry the piano tree. This piano tree will have been changed to a nice piano to play the most beautiful piano music in the village. Just after hearing unexpected remarks, baby spruce was at a loss for what to do. Am I a piano tree? Baby spruce felt on top of the world. He forgot completely about all of the sad memories, like having been teased about his rough skin, with a mere thought of becoming a beautiful piano timber, which would be able to live with the girl in her triangle-roofed house and play for her. However, it took him as long as 5 years to be a real timber for the piano. Just to be a hard timber for a piano, he had to be saturated with green spring scent and endure the sultry summer heat beside the sheep farm. Especially, in summer the temperature of the sheep farm is higher than that of the peak of the mountain, so it was hard for the spruce that had grown just in the cold forest to endure. On all such occasions, sheep made shade for the spruce and comforted him. Spruce, hang in there for a moment. Then our master will make you the best piano tree in the world. We heard that he is a famous piano craftsman in Austria. Really? All right, but my body is getting dry. Am I still good for the piano? Yes, you are. That's how you can make a hard, beautiful sound. Thanks, lambs. It's March when spring also came to the empty, triangle-roofed house because the girl in a wheelchair had left for Vienna. Her father came to see the spruce. He looked at the hard and soft grains of the spruce and said, "You've become the right tree for the piano. Now let me make a nice piano for my daughter." Saw saw. Tick tick tick. The farm master doesn't use an electric machine for the spruce, a piano timber, but just uses a manual tool by himself. Tick tick tick. Sounds of carving and pounding a piano timber resounded to the bottom of the sheep farm. The farm master turned the piano timber into small and big pieces. He pressed the piano timber, made exquisite gaps, and a natural curve. By doing so, the piano timber can make vibrations like string instruments and play a delicate sound. The spruce endured with patience the pain of his skin being stripped and carved. After several months, the farm master made the legs of the piano and even a music stand. In June, in the sheep farm with a flock of sheep playing in it, there is the most beautiful grand piano wearing white clothes like an angel. And next to it, the girl who has just returned from her music study in Vienna is sitting before the piano in a wheelchair. on the beautiful green pasture of the sheep farm. The most beautiful melody in the world that the girl in a wheelchair plays scouts the woods until white winter. And she plays the melody on the piano made of the beautiful piano tree.